Hi, welcome to the pick a card reading for Are We Going to End Up Together? It's Mercury retrograde at the moment, and in the daily readings I've been doing and in the random love readings, I've picked up a theme of complicated separation, and I really wanted to just do a pick a card reading for you guys just to see if we can get to the bottom of some of it. It feels complicated, it feels difficult. I want to help you find a way through it. I can feel several stories that have been coming up over the past few weeks and months. So here we are with a pick a card, and we're going to get to the bottom of it, folks. Will we end up together? There's 3 piles of cards in front of you with a 1, a 2 and a 3. Use your intuition the best you can, or whatever you've got. You know, if it's a hunch or you feel drawn to 2 of them or 1 of them or 3 of them, it really doesn't matter, okay? In a complicated situation like this, there's going to be kind of crossed wires and crossed intuitions. So take a moment, take a breath, see which one you're drawn to. I will put the timestamps in the description box, and then you can scooch straight to that, okay? And I'll see you on the other side. There, you chose number 1, okay? I haven't seen these cards, so I've chosen them kind of face down. So this is a revelation to me, wow, as much as it is to you. Okay. Very interesting combination of cards. Ooh, okay. Wow, this has been difficult. I can see that already. This has been complicated. There's been some conflict. Okay, let's unpack it. Romance Angel Oracle cards. Free yourself. The time has come to take back control of your life. Something about this situation has you trapped. You have a long history with this person, and it feels like a history of off again, on again, off again, on again. It feels like push and pull. It feels like that old, you know, the rubber band where when you move away from each other, you want to come back together, and when you come back together, you end up wanting to move away from each other. I don't know if that is mutual or if that is this person. I have to say, there's possibly a third party kind of, it doesn't even feel like that there's a third party 100% right here and now. It feels like, and this is a really weird feeling, okay? It feels like there's a ghostly third party. This could be an ex, it could be a friend of theirs, it could just be some karmic person in the background. But it does feel like there is outside involvement somehow, okay? I've got the card here of past heartbreaks. There's 2 people here on a path with broken hearts, and it just feels like you've come such a long way with this person. There's been such, I suppose there's, yeah, like a history of heartache on the path. Do you know what this is strange. There will be an extended reading for this, by the way, and the link will be in the description box. You can scooch over there afterwards. We're going to do a deeper dive. What I'm picking up for this is that they have a history of heartbreak with someone else that is interfering in this connection and is interfering with whether you guys will end up together or not, okay? There's 2 people on this path, and the big hunch that I just got is that that is not you. That is not you, that's them and another person. So the person that you are asking this question about, will we end up together, has a strong complicated, and I would go so far as to say toxic connection with another person, which so far has been scuppering what's gone on between the two of you, making things complicated, making things unclear, untrue, mixed messages. Okay, I'm getting a really strong mixed messages vibe. Alongside heartbreak, I get the jealousy card. Now this may be you because they are not strong. I can tell you now, they are not very strong with this third party. They should have, and maybe you've said this to them in the past, they should have seen this person off at the pass, you know, they should have somehow along this road of heartbreak, they should have parted ways and not looked back, okay? Now you know that because you know this person inside out. But they have a weakness. They have a weakness, and I feel like this other party, and it could be like an ex-husband or wife, because it's someone that they feel obligated to at the moment, and they have done in the past, and they've tried to break the chains of this, but at the same time, I feel like at the moment they've been unsuccessful, and that's why you're in the separation situation that you're in. I feel like at the moment you do have some contact with this person, but it may be restricted, it may be frustrating. I'm feeling a lot of frustration here, okay? Is this your frustration? I think so. I'm also feeling their frustration that they haven't, and I am getting manned up. And strapped on a pair and sorted it out. If I'm going to be honest with you, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting self-loathing. This person is experiencing, the person you're asking about is experiencing self-loathing, and it's not as a result of your relationship with them. It's as a result of their relationship with this other person. This could be their ex. This could be, I don't know, that's, you know, maybe you guys split up and this person came in and it's an on again, off again thing for them. It feels minor. It doesn't feel like, because I get a feeling about these things, it doesn't feel what I would call fully fleshed out. So in other words, I'm not feeling that that person lives with them or is with them in the real true sense of the word. I'm getting this ghostly, they're in the background, but they, you know, it's like when people get haunted, when you see those old films of someone who's in a house and this ghost just will not go away. You know, they go into a room and this ghost follows them in. I'm getting that. I feel this person followed your relationship on social media. They watched you guys. There's a bit of a spying thing going on. I'm not saying that they were like, you know, hiding in the bushes, but they were certainly keeping up with your events and it wasn't helping. They have a tie, a negative tie with your person. Here I've got unrequited love, and I feel genuinely that their love for this person is unrequited. I do get that. It's not like your person is even wanting to see them, really. So that's why I'm wondering, do they work together? Do they have to see each other? You know, or is it just this toxic compulsion? I feel a lot of guilt in here. There's some guilt, okay? Brian and Wendy Frood, I've got this card, which is a shadow card, the Queen of the Night, okay? And when you get the Queen of the Night, you have to pull a second card to give you a kind of light and shadow about what's going on about things. And the Queen of Night comes with the Messenger. Now, as I'm making this video, Mercury is retrograde, but look out, because this is a timeless video, okay? And what I do find, Mercury goes retrograde, I think it's 3 times a year. Yeah, pretty sure. Might be 4. Anyway, every sort of 3 months or so, and you can have a look on Google when it's next going retrograde, because you and this person, if you're looking for resolution, look to the retrograde, look to Mercury retrograde. That is a time when I feel you will most have a portal to opening up, okay, to opening up the dialogue, to getting some absolute truth and honesty about this. Because when you get this card and this card together, this is very unreliable. So this woman, her version of events is very unreliable. The way that she sees things is quite scary. It's quite distorted. I get the feeling that there is a third party who feels entitled to this person, and that you are the third party, as in they see you as the third party. Okay, let's have a look at the tarot cards. Now I've got 2 really strong cards here. I've got the Empress, and that is you, I think, and I really feel in this video that I'm talking to divine feminines. I just do. Okay, the Empress is not running around with the jealousy card and the unrequited love and the messenger. There's a lot of hurrying, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anxiety. This third party is anxious, okay? They're anxious to see you completely out of the picture and have been for quite a long time. And I get the King of Pentacles. Now, I really like the energy of the Empress and the King of Pentacles. They are both very steady people. Very steady people. She is in the feminine in that she is in her own body. She is very sensual. She is representing the mother figure. Now, the Empress does stand for 9 months. Okay, so you could be in and that does kind of tie in with the cycles of Mercury retrograde. I know we're retrograde again in February 2020, I think. Double check that. My dates are always terrible. I'm a Pisces, but look up the next one. Look up Mercury retrogrades for 2020, okay? I feel like you are in a cycle of retrograde reunions, each one becoming stronger, okay? But what you need to watch for is a kind of unbalanced influence. You've got the Ace of Cups, all right? So in a way, it's like you and this person have kind of already got the prize. You have the real connection. You have the gold standard connection. It's the Ace of Cups, you know? If you want a love card, it's like bingo, it's a full house, okay? It's not always enough to overcome the level of toxicity that this pair before you created, okay? 5 of Swords, power games. Your significant person is tied up in power games with this person somehow still at the moment. And that's probably the biggest obstacle to you being together. Having said that, to get the Ace of Cups in a reading, you know, I mean, that is a pretty big cup. It's bigger than Aphrodite, and she's the goddess of love, okay? This person has a big heart for you. You have a big heart for them. I can feel that. The Empress is big heart, feminine energy. The King of Pentacles is someone who is waiting. I feel like this person and you are both in a period of waiting. Now, the danger of that, I've got the 7 of Cups with the 5 of Swords. Somehow, the key to this is your significant other finding clarity when the messages that they are receiving are completely conflicting and messy. It just feels like this third party has the ability sometimes to really still mess with their head. They may even be offering up fantasies of how it could work, of how it should work, and of how this person kind of owes them a future. That's really something I get really strongly. I get, you owe me one, you owe me, you owe me. How could you do this to me? I'm pretty certain that the person that you're inquiring about left this person. I do not get the vibe that the other person left them. Okay, in Chuck's Spezzano card, I get the Grace card of Holiness, and I feel like this is you as the Empress. Now, the Empress is not waiting, as in desperately chewing her fingernails and like going on the phone and texting and looking and being on Facebook and all that. No, the Empress is in gestation. She's a pregnant woman. There is a time, you know, there's a time to sow and a time to reap. Your timing in this situation is going to be important. You need to center yourself. You need to get into your full body intuition about this, because the elements that are in your love story here are almost set up to knock you off your perch, to knock you, if you can feel like your intuition is a pendulum, you know, that you have inside you, like this Empress, and that you are grounded in how you feel, grounded in the knowledge that you have this connection with this person, no matter what drama is playing out, that's going to serve you, okay? It's going to serve you. But I do feel like you are on Mercury retrograde cycles. You may be, and it would be worth having a look, you maybe met this person while Mercury is retrograde. Sometimes when that's the case, they come to you with this dirty linen karma, okay, which I can really feel. And almost, and I get this as well, and it's giving me slight goosebumps, you come in, and I don't know whether you want this role. I mean, this is another question. I will look into this. I'm going to do the extended reading in a minute. You provide the light. And sometimes when you meet somebody, they're in this darkness and the shadow, and you come as this harbinger of light to heal them. But of course, you need to take care of your own journey as well. What you don't want is to get dragged into any of this psychodrama that is playing out between these two people and has been for a long time. You're the Empress in this. Hold on to your cup, okay? If you're in that energy, I feel this would be a difficult road. I'm not saying this will be easy. It won't be easy. I don't know if you will ever be 100% free of this drama person, but the connection is probably too strong to ignore, and I do feel you two could find a path back to each other. It may take 3 cycles of Mercury retrograde. It's a strange thing to say, but it's what I'm getting, okay? Listen, I'm going to go and do the extended reading for this. We're going to take a deeper dive. We're going to clarify with some different tarot cards. I'm going to dig into the Queen of the Night and the Messenger as well. And we're going to look at the shadow sides and the light sides. If you want to join me there, click the link in the description box and I'll see you on the other side. But otherwise, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And good luck. I'll see you soon. Namaste. Hi there, number 2. Okay, I'm always really excited to see what the cards are. Oh, okay, because I haven't looked at them before. Wow. This is interesting, number 2. Okay. Ooh, number 2. So you are in separation from this person, I think. Wow. Oh my God. Let's talk about this then. Put these in order. Cripes. I knew these readings were going to be complicated when I felt like doing the pick a card readings, okay? I did some random love readings recently. Have a look at those. And particularly the most recent one, which has pushed me to do these readings. And I feel like your cards, number 2, feel like the reason why I did these readings. The first card I get here, Chuck Spezzano, is push me, pull me. Now that's a really strong energy here. Push me, pull me. Okay. You and this person have broken up either at the moment or before. And this is, you can see here with push me, pull me, they're at a crossroads. What's on each side of the crossroads? How interesting is that? Do you know, I've had these are Chuck Spezzano, the love pack, okay? I love these cards. I use them in my daily readings. I use them in my monthlies and my private readings and everything. I use them all the time. I have never looked at what was on the 2 paths. So your cards have made me look at it. One side we have a full bush and the other side we have a cactus. This is the greening, this is the evergreen, this is growth, and this is toxicity, okay? Now, you and this person are at a crossroads. You're at a crossroads. You're right in the middle of it. It feels like hanged man energy, okay? You could be dealing with a water sign, or you could be a water sign, because I'm getting water sign galore in this. Push me, pull me. That is the problem. Let's consider. Brian and Wendy Frood, the question. This card always comes up for me when you really want answers to something. But it's like a riddle card, okay? So this young boy goes to, which looks like something out of The Hobbit. It's like I think of it as the question hut, the question monster, the question goblin, whatever. And I always feel it's got the energy of wanting answers but not necessarily asking the right question, or not being in the right question yet. I know that sounds weird. Okay. Tarot-wise, the 6 of Cups. Interesting energy. This is Psyche. Psyche has lost Eros in the 5 of Cups. In the 5 of Cups, they've spent the night together and he runs off and she can't find him and he's gone, he's ghosted. Okay, it's the Greek mythology of ghosting. It happened even then, okay? Eros runs from the conjugal couch and ghosts Psyche. And she's lonely, she's on a rock, she's missing him, she's thinking of him. So you are in... I feel you may have left this person but you didn't want to, or they may have even ghosted, I don't know. You've been pulled apart at the crossroads, that's for sure. There will be an extended reading to this, by the way, and you can click the Vimeo link in the description box. And do subscribe to the channel, I must remember to say that, and hit the wiggly bell. This really interests me, okay? This is the energy I feel you're in right now. Contemplation, sitting on a rock. Maybe that rock is giving you a bit of a cold backside, and you're thinking, how much longer can I stay in this energy? You can't forget this person. 6 of Cups is it's a kind of soulmate energy, but it's a longing of soulmate energy. It's possibly a past life connection. It's a twin flame connection. I don't always pick that up. I think I'm picking it up here. But there can be toxicity and negativity available in a twin flame connection, okay? Both sides of the coins are open to both of you here. You trigger each other. You trigger each other into healing, which is a very, very difficult connection to have with somebody, isn't it? Very difficult. Next to the Six of Cups, the Eight of Cups, somebody walked away. Now, in this case, it's Psyche. The Eight Cups represent something that she once loved, and she takes the lonely walk down the steps into something. This is into the shadows, you know. She moves into the shadows. Your connection with this person moved you into the shadows, and that may be where you dwell at the moment. You're feeling the shadow, you may find this person actually caused you to really confront previous difficulties and sorrows and darknesses, and has actually, in a strange way, the hurt has caused you a lot of growth, which is, you know, not what you would necessarily dial up. It's not what you necessarily would shop for, but Course in Miracles, love brings up anything unlike itself to be healed, okay? Some of you took the walk. Some of you, somebody walked on away from you. Others of you, you kind of push me, pull me. One of you walks, the other one comes back. It feels combative. Now, when I get the Eight of Cups, I always think of this as some kind of eclipse energy. So we had an eclipse in July. We had one on the 2nd. We had one on the 16th. But do you know what? We also had an eclipse in July in 2018 on the 13th. Some of you, it goes back to then. Some of you, it goes back to July 2018 because I don't know why. Because I was about to say because it's July now, but it isn't. I don't even know why that is. But July is a significant month in this. Let's just leave it like that, okay? July is a significant month. 8 months ago, 6 months ago, 6 to 8 months, okay, is significant. Now then, when you get the Eight of Cups and you've got this eclipse energy, this could have been quite sudden. This could have been quite harrowing, okay? To go from the Six of Cups, which was holding on for somebody, waiting for somebody because you know the connection is there, to the Eight of Cups, breaking the connection. That is a difficult journey, okay? I'm very pleased to see the 9, because the 9 is a progression. I didn't even say that. My speech is funny today. It's a progression. Aphrodite reunites this couple. Here she is, longing for him, okay? You certainly have a telepathic connection, a twin flame connection, a karmic connection, whatever you want to call it. We're talking dreaming of this person, thinking of this person. 8 of Cups, the break. 9 of Cups, the reunion. Here comes Eros, he's back on the rock. All that waiting in the wet nightie was worth it, okay? He's back on the rock. This is potential. Next to this, the Hierophant. I rather like this. One, because it represents commitment. It can represent marriage. It represents... You know, this is Chiron, the wounded healer, and he invites the querent in to see their own light. If this reunion between you and the other person is to happen, you both have to see your own light. You're both on a bit of a journey here with all these cups. I'm pretty certain I'm speaking to water signs here. or at least you got rising or moon in Cancer or something like that, or Pisces. This is full enlightenment, yours and theirs, and yours together as a couple. It's a journey where the shadow needs to see the light, okay? Now, I'm very, very interested. Up here, we've got the Nine of Wands. This is the card of keeping your defences up. Both of you don't want to be hurt by the other person. And we also get the erotic. So there is a big sexual connection, which is a love connection, okay? And it's the kind of thing where when you're together, it's almost 5D. It goes into that. You may have done remote seduction with this person or something like that, or you have seducing dreams of this person, or they do about you, of each other. It's like you have a relationship in the 3D and then you have a parallel relationship in the 5D where you're at it constantly. Sorry, I'm just the messenger. You don't want to know the visions I'm getting about that. I'm not going to pass them on, okay? But it's pretty hot. Right. You feel like you want to defend yourself against this person, and they feel like they want to defend themselves against you, and that's when you end up with the cactus. It takes an enormous dropping of the drawbridge and the ability to be vulnerable for both of you to grow together, okay? Chuck Spezzano, we get the healing card of forgiveness. Now notice that this person is not forgiving the other person. And there's another big bush there as well. They are looking into the mirror and they are forgiving themselves. You might want to try the Ho'oponopono prayer. God knows if I can spell it. Ho'oponopono, I think. Ho'oponopono. Hawaiian prayer. Agnes Vivarelli does a good version on hers for free on YouTube. AGNESVIVERILLI. Agnes Vivarelli. Okay. Because the Ho'opono prayer is essentially a prayer of self-forgiveness, but it heals a situation beyond self. Okay? And I feel like separate healing does need to happen for you too, because you're at this crossroads. And there's such a lot at stake in this particular set of cards. We've got the Hierophant and we've got the Wedding card. And those two are both about either marriage or certainly higher levels of official commitment. Certainly, if you and this person are to come back together again, this would have to be the last time. You know, with push me, pull me, coming together and going apart, and maybe it's been hot and cold and push and pull and all the rest of it. I strongly feel that it would be, this is it, commitment time or nothing, okay? Then we get the Green Woman. And she is a woman who's turning into a tree. You might have to lead the way with your own healing in order for this person to come on board. And I believe that that is the question, is how do I heal? Ho'oponopono. Maybe chakra meditations. Forgiveness. Definitely. Maybe some mirror work. You can get that in You Can Heal Your Life with Louise Hay. I feel that that calls this person to do the same, because somehow you've got to meet at the crossroads and go the right way, the way of the greening, the way of growth. You and this person have reached a point where you were becoming the cactus. You weren't growing. And it needs to grow, and it can do. We've got the Nine of Cups, but I do feel this requires you to lead the way, because they feel absent. I feel I'm talking to you and I don't see a lot of them. I'm going to go over and do the extended reading in a minute, and I'm going to look for them actually, because they're not here. in the meantime, yes, there is potential. I got this for number 1, so you may have looked at number 1 too. I've got 6, 8 and 9. It looks like progress at 6 months, 8 months and 9 months, unless you met them like 9 months ago. I don't know. Nine is like almost the 10 of cups. I don't know why I feel that. It's kind of well on its way. There is a wedding. This is a wedding. This is a wedding. This is a wedding. The Hierophant is marriage. Yeah. I do feel, well, no longer than 9 months. Yes, you can get back together with this person, but it would almost certainly have to be a really big commitment from the two of you. And the commitment begins with you first forgiving yourself, which then spills out onto them. Wowzers, I'm going to go and do the extended reading. If you want to join me, just click the link in the description box and I'll see you on the other side. Do subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. Namaste. Hello, number 3. Right, okay, number 3, what do we need to know? I haven't seen your cards. Ooh. Oh, number 3. All 3 of these readings actually have been complicated. I knew they would be. That's why I did the reading, because I felt it coming and I knew that I could feel the complications. Okay, let's put those there. Someone's doing something terrible outside. Wow. Okay. Do take a minute to subscribe to the channel and hit the wiggly bell, because I'll be doing a lot more pick a card readings over the next month or 2, and also some live readings, which will be quite random, and it's the only way to be informed, okay? So do hit the subscribe button. Also, there is an extended reading to this, and the link will be in the description box. Let's get into it. I don't know why I did that. Let's get into it. Okay. Could be dealing here with a fire sign. Got the Emperor. Okay, so Divine Masculine is kind of showing up here in the reading. Along with the Queen of Pentacles. I actually like that. I like the look of it. You and this person have some kind of understanding. You have some kind of simpatico in your relationship. You understand each other. You know each other. There's complications, yes. But look how they're mirroring each other. I like that. This is the energy of almost finishing each other's sentences, you know. And yet at the same time here I've got the 8 of Swords. Now the 8 of Swords has the snaky haired ladies in. You see them? The Gorgons. What they do is they whisper kind of fears. They're like Harry Potter, you know, the Dementors. They whisper fear into the ear of this person. And then Apollo here, the god of sun, is standing over. You might be dealing with a Leo or a fire sign, or you might be one. or have some of that in your chart. Also, for some of you, this situation may go back to the Leo eclipses in 2018, 2019. I think they were at the end of January 2018. And then when was the next? There was one in August 2018, about the 12th, I think. And then we had a mega one about the 23rd of January 2019, something like that. There was a lunar eclipse in Leo. It's a very strong masculine drive in this reading. I've got the Emperor next to the Sun. Sun is Apollo again, so Apollo turns up again. Apollo is Yang, which is the Sun, it's masculine. The Emperor's the father card, it's masculine, he's in charge. I'm feeling fixed sign energy. And I'm feeling some stubbornness. Maybe on both sides. Queen of Pentacles, I wouldn't say she was stubborn, but she's not going anywhere. She's not budging particularly. Somebody has fears and doubts about this relationship, and in a weird way, they may go back to the relationship with your father, or the relationship of your significant other with their father. Or if you are dealing with a man, he may have father issues himself in terms of being a father at the moment. It's strange. It feels to me very much like this, and I feel like we are dealing with the energy of a man, masculine energy. Actually, it could be a man or a woman, because masculine energy can be in male or female. You're dealing with this masculine energy. It comes through the line of their father. They may have had real difficulties with their father. There may have been authoritarian difficulties, you know, really quite difficult psychological problems coming through from their experiences of fatherhood, of being fathered, which are really making it difficult for them to love. It's a really strange energy. When I look here at the Eight of Swords, and Apollo is bearing down on this child, really. And then on the other side, you've got the Furies, the Gorgons, the snaky-haired ladies, whatever you want to call them. With darkness and paranoia and the difficulty and the shadows of night. This could have been night terrors for this person. You're dealing with someone who comes across as very together and sorted and confident and masculine, but underneath is a bit of a mess here. They have difficulty with love. They may have been good at the practical sides of it. They may have their own children. You may have children together. But they struggle with expressing themselves to you. And I don't know if, I can't quite tell if you're speaking or not. I've got the Eight of Pentacles next to the Eight of Swords. And I feel that this person, if you're in separation, may have definitely been a workaholic, or is using work to cover up pain at the moment. They're keeping themselves incredibly busy. They may have a big project on, or they may, you know, have deliberately have a big project on, They may be staying late at work. You may have had times with this person where you realised their vulnerability, where you saw their vulnerability, and I think they struggle with that. It's only right in a close relationship. I feel like you're an empath. You're an empath and they are avoidant. That's the energy here. They're very, there's a lot of potency with this person. So you probably feel a huge connection because they give off what they have inherited of this potent masculine energy. But they don't really know how to love. That's difficult. Up here, Chuck Spezzano, I get the hidden self, the victim card. And I do feel that they genuinely were a victim. And I don't think they're in victim mentality. They're not in victim mode and blaming everybody for everything. I don't feel they are. But I think they're the opposite. I think they're in the energy of, shutting down and literally not thinking about things that are painful. So if you were with this person and you're broken up and you're wondering about getting back together with them, I think it might be difficult. I'm not saying impossible, but I do see a brick wall around their heart. But I do see a brick missing. I do find it quite endearing, okay, that they have furiously tried to build a brick wall and that you have found a loose brick and that you've kind of poked it and it's like, oh, and they've like, oh, because the empath will loosen the bricks of the avoidant. What a weird sentence that I did not think I would be saying to you today. And I totally know that's resonated with at least one of you because I can feel it. Makes me feel quite emotional. This person makes you feel it. You've cried a lot over this person and I get that. They've cried a lot in their past. Okay. Brian and Wendy Frood, The Paradox. Such a strange card. It's kind of upside down and the other way up. It's a horrible card, isn't it? I feel like they are a paradox, this person. You see the way into their heart and they don't. You see the vulnerable side to them and they don't want anybody to. Because in the past, their vulnerabilities were not respected. Here we have the bright spark, and I feel that is you. You bring the brightness. You and this person may have played together, as in had a giggle together, had fun together. You lighten them up. You allow them to play. And then we get these just two gorgeous cards really here. Look, Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. I get the luck card of true love. This is the potential of the relationship with this person. So you must be quite cut up about this because they have closed down, they have shut down, they've put their feelings in a box and they've locked the lid. And responsiveness. The question is what you can do. And there is a luck, that is a luck card of responsiveness. What you can do to get them into that energy of being responsive, because they're unresponsive at the moment. They're lost in their own lonely kind of world. I don't see that they're with anyone else. They look alone in this. They seem alone. we get it is safe for you to love. I don't feel that's even for you, I feel it's for them. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And also retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. This person misses you a great deal. And I don't think they've told anyone, and I don't think they've told you. That's the feeling that I get. They're very comfortable with shutting themselves away and keeping their mouth shut and not saying anything. And they'd sooner walk over hot coals than admit their vulnerabilities. This is going to take patience on your part, and it's whether you feel there's enough in this connection to be waiting, because I do feel with this Queen of Pentacles energy, she is what I call the Queen of Velvet waiting. She makes the most of waiting. She's got some nice grapes and a comfortable throne, and she's got the pentacle, and you're going to have to be, with this person, the secure one. There's no room for your insecurities in this, because they can't empathise in the same way that you can. I sometimes talk about this in terms of the maths. This won't be a 50-50. If you want to reunite with this person, I'm rather inclined to think that you would have to open the book on it. If you're giving 80 and they're giving 20, their 20 might be worth your 80, because it's so difficult for them to come forward. Okay? This Eight of Pentacles has some sense of chipping away. I think what you would have to do with this person is chip away at forming back a bond and a friendship. They do love you, yes. They will respond to you, yes. You are a bright spark for them, yes, but they are a paradox. They can have those feelings and deny them at the same time. And it's whether you have the patience for that. It's whether you have the ability to be the giver. If you're comfortable with that energy, okay? If you are, I feel that you could reconnect first as friends. You don't want to spook this person too much, because they are easily spooked. I get a lot of spookiness for this person, like night terrors and bad dreams and things like that. But if you already know that you're just biding your time with this person, because you do have a lot of respect for them and what they've been through, then you're in the right energy, okay? You're in the right energy. The Emperor is Aries and the Sun is Leo, and that is April to July, really. This will be a combination of reaching out and retreating and reaching out and retreating and not scaring the horses. I do feel you could reunite. I'm not sure that they will ever be able to fully open up. But you may always know their heart. You know that brick wall where you poke through and you can kind of see if that is enough for you. Then yeah, I think you'll reconnect first as friends. And don't see that as a consolation prize, because I don't mean friend zone. I mean first as friends, because they need to know they can trust you, even though they can, and you know they can. They don't trust easily, okay? Ooh, makes me feel sad for them. But you are the bright spark. You are, you know, the chink in the armour. I'm going to go and do the extended reading now. I'm going to look at how to approach it. I'm going to look at timings, and I'm going to look at what's holding them back as well. If you want to join me, the link's in the description box to the Vimeo video. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do check out my other readings, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.